We've got some leaks to talk about. That's right, data miners have been very busy digging into the files of Anthem and discovering all sorts of cool stuff. So we're going to be talking about that today and a bunch of other news related to Anthem. So hey everyone, what's up? Open World Games here. Hope you all are doing good. And yeah, let's do this. Let's begin. So we're going to begin about all these leaks. So keep in mind, remember, since I am saying these are leaks, this is not official information whatsoever, so take this with a grain of salt. But the good news is, it comes from AnthemArchive.com, and I consider them somewhat a reliable source because of the work they do with digging up weapons and stuff like that, and they've done an amazing job on their website. Check it out in the description below. But also, more specifically, special thank you to Yavano, who digged up this information. So, it looks like we could be getting a total of 9 strongholds during the lifetime of Anthem. At least, I think this is a long-term look here as to what can be happening. So, Yavano digged into the Anthem files, found a bunch of strongholds, 9 of them to be exact. He also notes that the Sunken is dungeon number 5 here. So, you know, the more strongholds, in my opinion, the better. They are really one of the highlights in terms of content for Anthem, of course. But again, you know, I've said it time and time again that I do want to see free play really fleshed out as well. And also, he noted here some of the other strongholds that have been labeled in the files as well. But what do we know officially about upcoming content in terms of strongholds and, you know, related content like that? So Michael Gamble did say the Sunken is new content and there will be more and more. You guys may remember I reported on that previously. So that ties into, you know, that there will be, of course, more and more support for Anthem going forward, perhaps even in terms of new strongholds. And I think they'll keep going with that, considering their analytics probably speak to the fact that most players play a lot of the strongholds when they actually play the game. Now, also, there was a recent post out on the Anthem community, the Anthem Reddit, that says this. This is exactly what Andromeda looked like before it died. Updates slowing to a trickle. Increased levels of disengagement between devs and community. Prolonged silence. Then nothing. So, is that going to be happening with Anthem? So what we do know officially, and this is recent comments from Michael Gamble, he says, nothing has changed regarding our support of Anthem. It sounds like they're going to be really in the trenches. First and foremost, of course, supporting the game, fixing it. You guys know that they are hiring people to actually address the issues with the game. And a lot of people have noted that doesn't seem like, you know, they're replacing anyone. It seems like they're shifting around personnel right now. So they appear that they want to continue to really support this franchise. Not just the game, but the franchise, because it seems like there's still enough interest in Anthem going forward. And, you know, who knows what will become of it, but hopefully they get everything nailed down. And, you know, it's sad what happened to Mass Effect Andromeda for sure. It wasn't really meant to be a live service game, and it's just a shame that it didn't get more support, of course, but that's also because of how it was received as well. And yeah, Anthem hasn't been received, you know, nearly as well. But also you have to remember, legally speaking, they have revealed Act 1, Act 2, and Act 3. So they have to support the game going forward, no matter what. They've laid that out for customers that have the game purchased. So I expect them to continue supporting the game. All right, so let's keep going here. So this was also found in the game. If you guys did not notice, this was posted by Mike Alverde, who says this: new DLC already in the game. And he shows off some of the Dominion weapons that were also data mined. They have been discovered in the game. You probably have seen these around, and they're just the models. Of course, that looks like Yar's Wrath, excuse me. So, yeah, I would honestly expect those weapons to end up in the game eventually. Will it be with the next update? Not too sure, but some people are assuming, hey, weapons are going to be coming with this next big April update. That sure would be wonderful, especially if they tied it somehow into the Sunken Stronghold and perhaps into some of the world events as well, so that you have like several ways to engage the game going forward. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys in the know about those weapons, but I would definitely keep your eyes peeled because I personally think that they will eventually be coming to the game in some way. All right, so there were a lot of conspiracy theories about the live stream being canceled. You guys know the whole story. The fiber was cut, and basically Bioware had no internet. So they were pretty much screwed, and people were like, well, that can't be true. Well, get this. This was posted by John Artemis, I believe it is. Says, just FYI, the live stream plan for SWTOR was canceled as well. Really does appear to be an issue in the Austin area. Take it for what it's worth. Just wanted to pass it along. So it seems like that conspiracy theory has been all but debunked and destroyed. Again, I have seriously had my fiber cut over here, and I could not believe it. And I was like, kind of, you know, my job is very reliant on having internet. It's so weird. Once you do not have internet, it's kind of like you're in a panic. For sure. You're like, what am I going to do if this lasts a month? Or something like that, because it can. I've heard like severe cases, you know, where they have to dig up the whole street and it's an absolute nightmare. So thankfully that didn't happen to me. All right, so let's keep going here. So there was also another article posted by Forbes. They have some interesting stuff for sure related to Anthem. It goes on to say BioWare's Anthem roadmap sure does not look like it's panning out as intended. Now, I would have to agree. You know, there's a lot of speculation in here, but you got to remember they highlighted some stuff that we have not even heard about at all. This is a mastery system, new items, legendary missions phase 2, leaderboards, guilds, the weekly Stronghold challenge, all missing. Perhaps more strangely, we have 6 Cortex locked free play events that were supposed to happen this month that joined Shaper Surge as the only revealed one, but I don't even think we have had that one yet unless I missed something. So yeah, it's like getting very close to the end of April. To expect all of that content to be squeezed into the April update is super unrealistic. And, you know, the Forbes article here mirrors that. It says, like, I could be wrong, but if we had radio silence until April 23rd, as it seems to be the case, we have pretty much 90% of the April roadmap that is supposed to be crammed into the final week of April, which does not seem likely to happen. Feeling like, again, this is Battlefront 2 all over again. So, yeah, things I personally think in this speculation, things will be delayed going forward. Just a warning to you all, some of this stuff is going to be delayed because they're going to be focusing on, I believe, the core progression experience in Anthem going forward. All right, you know what time it is. It's time for your top comments. Remember to leave a comment down below for a chance for it to end up right here in a video. So let's do this. So first top comment comes from R. David Smith, who says, yeah, I don't care at this point. We don't even know what's being presented. If they fix it, great. If not, oh well, I'm too tired to care. And a lot of you guys agreed with this. This was definitely the top comment on my most recent Anthem video, and it's a bummer to see. I think there's a certain mental fatigue going on within the Anthem community right now. The lack of replies. You know, I was going through all of the developers' Twitter accounts, the Reddit accounts and stuff, and they have been completely silent for a good week, or even like up to 2 weeks, about the most important issues with this game. I'm really hoping that this new live stream that's forthcoming gives us some super important details as to what their plans are going forward for the future of Anthem. We really, really need some insight as to what they are planning, especially in the long term. And of course, you know, I wouldn't mind to hear what's going to be happening here in May, because of course that's going to be the Cataclysm. And a lot of you guys are like, well, if the Cataclysm sucks, I'm gone. Like, that's how a lot of the community is feeling. I don't blame you on that one for sure, but let's keep going here. It says, Mike says this: I'm still rooting for Anthem, still play, but I'm 100% against a sequel before like 2024 at the earliest. The thought of a sequel any earlier enrages me. They need to devote a year solely to Anthem, then take minimum 3 years to do a sequel. And you know what? I think that could potentially actually happen here because of Star Wars Battlefront 2. They're continuing support for that one, and by now you would think they would be on to Star Wars Battlefront 3. They'd be like, you know what, let's just abandon Star Wars Battlefront 2, screw it, it's done with. But they've built that game, and it's such a beautiful engine, it's such a beautiful game, it has so much potential, and they continue to support it. So, crossing our fingers that that happens with Anthem. They just keep supporting the game going forward, and eventually this becomes all a distant memory that we have a hard time remembering. But, all right, so let's keep going here. Next top comment is, pull that up here. It says from G Wade, yes, I am seeing and enjoying your Borderlands 3 videos on my recommend list. All right, awesome. Yeah, I was wondering about that, if you guys were enjoying the Borderlands 3 videos or not. Some of you were like, well, I see them, but I'm not watching them. Yeah, but honestly, if you guys want to check out the Borderlands 3 videos, do, because I have some exciting stuff coming up with that one. It's a looter shooter. It's going to be very open world. And it's going to have some really cool stuff. I personally can't wait for it. I don't want to hype it up too much, but it's looking really good so far. And yeah, I have some really special stuff, guys, planned for that game. Look out for the beginning of May, like for sure. It's going to be freaking awesome, and I hope you guys stay tuned for that. So if you do see a Borderlands 3 video, and maybe you weren't into the Borderlands franchise, it might actually be something that interests you going forward. But thank you all so much for watching. And for, again, all the love and support on the videos. I know it's a very rough time within the Anthem community. Again, this is nothing new for me because I've been through it several times with communities. I remember, again, Star Wars Battlefront 2. Even with The Division, I was like, the reception was just shocking with how bad the reception was on that game. I was like, what is happening? And then Assassin's Creed Unity, and so on and so forth. So yeah, I've been through a lot of launches that have been extremely rough. Oh yeah, can't forget about Fallout 76. Oh my god, it's just been endless. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned for more, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.